Hello and welcome to another edition of Business Weekly on Citi TV. My name is Pius. I'm here, Eduku, and coming up in this edition, the West African Gas Pipeline Company, WAPCO, warns it will take drastic action against government if it fails to pay the huge debt owed the company. Also, the National Petroleum Authority admits that it was forced to reduce the sulfur specification content for diesel in the country to avert a shutdown of the Tema oil refinery. And coming up, the Minister of Trade and Industry, Dr. Petroleum, blames illegal mining activities for the inconsistent production at the Commander Sugar Factory. Details of these and many other stories coming up in this edition. In our first story, the West African Gas Pipeline Company, WAPCO, has served notice it will take drastic action against government if it fails to pay the debt owed the company. According to the Managing Director of WAPCO, Walter Perez, the continuous delay in payment of the $98 million out of the $162 million is affecting the cash stance of the company. In a related development, the Minister for Petroleum, Emmanuel Amakofibua, says the decision by WAPCO to cut gas supply to the VRA is not economically viable because the VRA has to get the gas to operate before it can pay the debt. Now, the National Petroleum Authority, NPA, has admitted it was compelled to reduce the national sulfur specification content for diesel because it wanted to avert a shutdown of the Tema oil refinery. According to the NPA, the figure has been reduced from 3,000 parts per million to between 10 and 500 parts per million. Meanwhile, the CEO of the Tema oil refinery, Kwame Iwadako, tells Citi Business News it will cost government about $120 million to restructure the system at the facility to refine to the new standard. Now, the Minister of Trade and Industry, Dr. Petroleum, has blamed the illegal mining activities for the inconsistent production at the Commander Sugar Factory. According to the minister, the lands in the area have been ruined by the illegal mining activities known as galamsey. But commenting on the issue, the Member of Parliament for the Commander Edina Egwafu Ebrem constituency in the Central Region, Dr. Ato Arthur, said government is not being frank with Ghanaians on the matter. Let's now take you to the transport sector, where a maritime lawyer, Stanley Awolu, has urged business associations facing the continuous imposition of the terminal handling fees to resort to the court for an amicable solution to the matter. The various business associations, including freight forwarders, have complained about the continuous implementation of the THC despite directives from the president to halt the charges. To the finance sector, and government says it is confident that the first local dollar-denominated bond will be oversubscribed at a coupon rate of between 5.5 and 6.5%. Now, the confidence, according to some advisors to government, is as a result of the enthusiasm expressed by the investors following several meetings with government. A representative of the joint book runners for the bond, Kobla Nalete, also tells Citi Business News government will reach its target because of the current level of the foreign exchange market. In our final story, Citi Business News has learned that Nigerian-owned bank, Access Bank, has advanced processes to list on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Now, this follows intensified lobbying from the Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Dr. Edu Anani, entry for multinationals to be made to list on the local burs. Information available to Citi Business News also indicates that Access Bank will cede up to 32% of its stake to the public. Well, that is it for this week's edition of Business Weekly on Citi TV. With me, Pius, I'm here. And you could join us for another edition next week.